For the assignment, I used my roommate Jordan. He's a beginner golfer. He has played before. It's just been over a year. So while he was warming up, the first things I looked for were his grip and stance. You can see at first his grip during his first couple swings. His hands are like real spread apart. I had him bring them together using an interlocking grip. In his stance, he was just real stiff. His legs were almost not even bent. His feet were a little bit spread apart, so I had him get an athletic stance, sort of like jump up and down, get a little bend in his knees. Next thing, once we sort of fixed that, he was just topping everything. So I did what Joe did with Jackie when he did that lesson. I just put a tee in the ground, had him hit the tee, just keep hitting the tee, knocking the tee out of the ground. He was doing that fine. So eventually I slipped in a ball, and he started getting off the ground. And every once in a while he would go back to topping, and I would just go back, putting the tee in, knocking the tee out of the ground, and put the ball back, and that seemed to work. Next thing I did was try to get the rest of the body into his swing. He was swinging like all arms, so I just told him trying to get his hips through. Sort of part of that was his stance. He was just his feet were too spread, and he was so like stiff. He wasn't really turning his hips at all. So I had him working on just turning his hips, getting his whole body into his swing. And he was real like hesitant with his swing coming down at the ball. So I just told him to attack it, because he was just swinging real soft, which was part of the reason I thought he was topping it. So as he started to swing harder and harder, you could see he started making more solid contact, getting the ball off the ground. And that was pretty much all we did for the first lesson. The main thing was his grip and just getting into an athletic stance for his swing. After that, we did hit a little driver, and mostly all the principles were the same for the full swing with the iron as they were with the driver. The only thing is he was sort of teeing the ball in the middle of his stance. I just had him move it up to inside of his left foot. That was pretty much our first lesson.